Good afternoon, Germany. Good afternoon, Poland, and good afternoon, everybody sitting there watching us today. Fourth day of FIBO. And unfortunately, again, it's the last day, and it's a live stream. The time is 20 past 3, nearly half past, and we're here with one of my favorite one, Mr. Jeff Long. How are you today, buddy?
I'm good. Tired, but I'm good.
Well, yes, yeah, but you always smile though.
Always put a smile on, even if it's fake.
Right, Jeff. Basically, lots of people know you in the United States, in UK, in Germany. Everywhere you go, quite well known in the bodybuilding industry. Tell us about yourself for the people who may not know you, and just tell them about your achievements past few years or since you started.
My name is Jeff, as mentioned. I'm IFBB Pro Bodybuilder. I turned pro at the NPC Nationals in 2009, winning the heavyweight class after about 3 years of trying. In my pro career, I've competed about 10 times, placing top 6 in all my pro shows.
What about your, recent competitions just coming soon? Because I know you had few years off, but you were in the FIBO last year. Was it FIBO last year, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I did the FIBO, and I did the Mr. Europe show last year. Yeah, I took a little bit of time off, not 2 years. I just took time off from competing in the USA. Because, I really didn't have a market outside of the US. I always market myself inside the US. So I figured, let me try to branch out over in international markets. And that's where I did the Australia Pro. I forgot about that one. Did the Australia. Then I went to FIBO, and then I went to the Mr. Europe. And since then, my fan base all around the world has grown tremendously.
I noticed that on Facebook because lots of people follow you on Facebook. You're a good friend of mine, but also follow your I would say the training techniques and also the app you have on your phone and stuff. Yes, your new app. It's a good thing, but just explain to the viewers back home which they don't know about the stuff you do on Facebook and helping people, because to me it's very kind and it's very, I would say, professional from somebody like yourself to do these and have a time for the fan out there, and some people think you have to pay to get this kind of advice. Just go ahead and tell them no, it's not about money, and you could help somebody generously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Raz said, it's not really about the money with me. I've been where a lot of people are. They have a dream. They want to be a bodybuilder. They want to be baseball player, football player, name it, whatever. But, everyone starts out somewhere. And, it's always good to have someone who already made it give back. And with my, social media pages, especially my Facebook page, I'm on there daily. I mean, at least 10 times a day, answering, questions from the fans, as many as I can answer, along with, diet tips, my exact training methods that I do. And, I don't charge anything. A lot of pros out there, I'd say most of them, if you want detailed, advice, it's, well, give me $200, give me $300. But with me, it's, it's all about the fans. If you don't have no fan base, then you're not a good athlete. You haven't. I don't know. I like it. I like the fans. It's like
that's why people love you.
They keep me motivated. And at that time, a couple years ago, when in my pro career, when I was first starting out as a pro, I kind of went down a little bit, with my placings and I just lost the focus. And then, when I announced my early retirement, the fans were just, like, what? There's no way. You're 28, 2 years, I was 28 years old then. There's no way you could retire. You're young, you have so much potential. And just with all the emails that I received from the fans, it just gave me motivation again to get back in the gym. And that's where I hit Australia, FIBO, Mr. Europe, and pretty damn good too.
Well, good to have you here, and I'm glad you're back. Right, Jeff, you mentioned about basketballs, footballs. You know, what was your, you know, sport before you choose the bodybuilding? And what was a turning point for you?
Well, I started lifting when I was like 10 years old. Give credit to my dad there. But, you know, I got into wrestling, you know, with, I guess as, you know, a school sport. I wrestled. You know, I didn't play football. I didn't play baseball for, you know, school. You know, I wrestled. And I think I liked the fact that wrestling was more individual. You know, you can only depend on yourself. You can't, if the team loses, you know, if you play football and the team loses, everyone loses. You know, with wrestling, it's like, if the team loses, you know, other wrestlers lose, it's like you don't lose if you win your match. You know, so I just like that discipline part of the sport of wrestling. And I think that's when I decided, you know what, I enjoy lifting. You know, I was a big fan of, you know, all the bodybuilders back in the 70s and 80s. So I was like, you know what, let me get on stage, let me do my first show and see what happens. And then after I did my first show, just one thing led to another.
Fantastic. You mentioned about bodybuilders, 17 and 80s. Any favorites? Anyone you know you like the most, and who was your inspiration?
Well, the first bodybuilder I seen was Arnold. I think 100% of people, you know, seen Arnold, and which was pumping iron. I would say, you know, as a favorite, I would say for arms would be Arnold, and I said, you know, for legs, Tom Platz. You know, a lot of the guys, you know, you have Lee Haney, you have Franco Columbo, you have Sergio Olivia, you have, you know, Frank Zane. You know, even though his physique's more of the like a male physique now these days, but you know, the aesthetics, the you know, everything was just perfect on them, and you know.
The other question I've got for you today is regarding, you know, the training you do and the supplementation and nutrition. First of all, the training you do, you know, how is it daily or weekly, and how can you cope? Because I know you're a family person. I know with having a family is not easy to train, but how do you get the time to go to the gym? And I know in the United States was busy, snowy, busy recently, and they had so much snow you couldn't do it. And I was following you, and you were walking or training at home. I'm just tell the viewers, how did you manage to do that with that kind of snow?
Yeah, with all the snow this winter, the gym surprisingly, you know, was open if you can get there. And of course, I was one of the few that were there, maybe 5 people. You know, I shoveled my car out, drove 2 miles an hour. It took me like 30 minutes, which normally takes me 2 minutes. You know, I got there because I knew I'm competing soon. So I need to get to the gym. I need to do my cardio, and I need to get it done, no matter what obstacles, you know, come at me. What was the other question?
The question, I love that one. That is kind of motivation. The other question was about your supplementation and nutrition. Obviously, first of all, I want to talk about nutrition because people like back home, sitting there watching you today. They want to know what nutrition they should take, or what's the difference between nutrition and supplementation. Because some people get it wrong. They think they're both the same. Just give them just a little bit of, you know, hint and information regarding these two very main things in the diet.
I think between food and supplements, you know, you can incorporate both of them into your daily regimen. You just can't say have all food or you know, I'm going to have all supplements for my calorie intake. It's like you have to find a happy medium somewhere. So for me, it's like I have a food breakfast, and then a whole meal, pre-workout whole meal, post-workout I do a shake, you know, Isopure shake. During training I do BCAAs, amino acids, if you don't know what BCAAs are. Then I'll have 3 more whole meals, and then before I go to bed I'll have another Isopure shake with a little bit of glutamine, a little bit of BCAAs. You know, for me, my supplements, I like to keep it as simple and basic as possible. You know, I think too many people get caught up in, I want to gain 30 pounds in 30 days, so what supplements do I need to take? And they want to take, you know, 15 different supplements when it's actually so easy. You need a protein, BCAAs, and some, you know, maybe some creatine if you want creatine. You you know. But that's really it. You know, when you start getting into all the different forms of creatine, all the 50 billion different pre-workouts, it's like when it comes down to it, a lot of the pre-workouts generally are the same. They have arginine for the pump, they have caffeine for energy. You know, so it's like if you're getting a complete meal before you train, and you have a cup of coffee, it's like you should have enough energy from that food, from the carbohydrates, fats, or proteins you're having from your food, to go train at the gym. And, you know, and some people they feel like mentally they need that pre-workout, even though they may not need it. It's like I don't need a pre-workout because it's like when I'm done my meal, it's like I'm ready to go to the gym. Some people like, oh, let me take my drink. They drink. Oh, now I'm ready. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a mind game. You know what I mean? And with my mind, it's like I'm very, very strong. You know what I mean?
That's why you're a pro.
Well, yeah. Even if I wasn't a pro, you know, it's you know, it doesn't matter if you're just an average Joe. It's like you have to be motivated. So if you're not motivated, no supplement in the world is going to make you want to build bigger arms or lose fat or do a competition or do whatever.
Well, when you mention about, you know, the pre-workout or the supplement, I know some people take the pre-workout because, you know, they work 12-hour shifts, and some people find it difficult to finish the jobs and go back and home and go to the gym, you know, after 12 hours. You know, and this is a question, again, we get a lot on the Facebook and the fan page. It's easy for the pro bodybuilders to say that, and that's what they say. So I want to know, do you work as a pro bodybuilder at home? You know, have you got any other jobs? If you don't mind me asking.
Bodybuilding is something I do full time. As for my side, you know, I just launched my new app, Like a Pro. If you have an Apple phone, go to Like a Pro and download it. And I've been working hand in hand, you know, with my dad for years, you know, in the real estate business. Even though I don't really do much really anymore because I'm always so busy traveling. But, you know, that's something I used to do a lot of, you know, buying, flipping homes with my dad. And, you know, of course, down the road, once competition season's done, you know, that's something I'll get back into. But even with that, you know, with that work, that's hard labor work. You know what I mean? I wake up, I pack my meals, bring my meals with me. You know what I mean? And, you know, for the normal person who works, you know, say a 12-hour shift and they just don't have the time to eat a meal, say, for instance, a nurse. You know, I'm sure it's very hard for them to sit down for 20 minutes while they're dealing with patients. You know, that's where I think supplements can be, you know, substituted for meals because there's just you had no choice. So it's either I'm going to have a protein shake or I'm not going to eat at all. No, have the protein shake. You know, even if you don't even have a protein shake, if you have any type of food, doesn't matter if it's fast food, if it's bad, you don't want to skip a meal because then you'll just you're setting your metabolism up for disaster. So even if, like I said, if you can't get a meal, have something. You don't want to go past 3 hours where your body goes into starvation mode, because then once you feed yourself, then your body holds on to it, and that's where you start getting fat.
Right, yeah, that is a great advice. As regarding the pre-workout, you mentioned you don't need a pre-workout. How about pre-workouts? You know, if say somebody worked 12 hours, obviously protein aside for meal replacement. What about pre-workout? Because some people take like 10 coffees or 5 coffees before workout. Which one do you prefer, or which is your opinion regarding taking like a pre-workout or coffee or like 10 espresso before you work out? Which one would you choose?
Well, personally for me, I choose food because it's like I'm always hungry. So, and food always satisfies me.
Right. For somebody out there.
For someone else who I guess can't have a whole meal, I guess you'll have to resort in a pre-workout. And I would say for something with energy, you definitely want caffeine because that's what's going to give you the kick. And then you want something obviously for your pump because you obviously didn't get a meal in, so you have no carbohydrates to shuttle nutrients in your body. So you want something with arginine, something that's going to give you some blood flow. And that's it.
So that pre-workout is much better than coffee, then, basically.
Well, it's better than having nothing.
Well, I agree.
Something's always better than nothing.
Yeah, well, you said it, and I agree. And well, it's one of those options. Unfortunately, some people have to take. A couple of more questions. I know, Jeff, you're really busy. You're tired, and it's the last day, unfortunately. And I'm going to miss you. Is it regarding well, Olimp Sport Nutrition? I know you're a guest star, but I heard. I don't know if I wanted you to confirm it. I heard you got a contract, or you're in the process of getting the contract, or you signed the contract. I don't know which one it is, so I'm gonna leave the answer to yourself.
Well, like you said, I was a guest star here today. Olimp reached out to me a couple months ago regarding coming out to FIBO and being a guest, making a guest appearance here, and so I didn't know that they had any intentions of, signing me to be part of their team. So once I got here this weekend, I really didn't hear anything Friday. I didn't hear anything Saturday. So I guess they waited for the surprise for today on Sunday. Once I got to the expo, we had a meeting first thing, and they offered me a contract, which, I was shocked and happy at the same time, of course. To be signed with a company, it's I got a 2-year contract, and I got a chance this weekend to meet everyone on the team. Everyone on the team is great. They're like family, and I'm just looking forward to growing with the team.
Well, we're looking forward as well to see you more and more and more. And I know you're tired with the diet and you're competing soon, so I'm not going to take more time of yours today. And I'm going to wish you all the best in the future. Anything you want to, any last word you want to say to the viewers watching you live on the broadcasting by Olimp Sport Nutrition today? Anything you want to go ahead, because they are listening, they are watching, and they want to know.
I just want to tell everyone out there that I appreciate and thank you for all your support. All throughout my career. If you ever get a chance to get online, social media, please follow me at my Facebook page, Instagram. Email me questions. You shoot me an email. I'll email you back within 24 hours. Any type of question you have, nutrition, training, everyday life, you name it, I'll answer it. And I'm just, I'm glad you guys are a big part of my career.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your time, Jeff. And yes, I ask a lot of questions from Jeff all the time, even on Facebook. He's a good friend of mine. And he always answers, not straight away because he's busy, but he always answers, and he answers sincerely. Jeff, thanks for your time, mate. And I'm absolutely honored to be with you again today. And wish you all the best with everything you do, all your competition. And you're looking in great shape. I know you got to go to a photo shoot. So so be prepared for that, somebody. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, you had a great day. I had a great day, and I'm hoping I'm bringing more stars here today. If we get a chance, if we get a time, and you enjoy it, we enjoy it, and all the best. Peace. See you later. Bye.